that is there economically as at the moment, and alongside that, the president will be briefed regarding to what is going to be happening here, and as it takes effect leading tomorrow's meeting, it is actually going to be an all collective analysis and notes. Tomorrow at 7:30, thereabout, the president will be in session with the cabinet secretaries and PSs, just as you have put it to our viewers, and it is going to be a full day, a very busy schedule, a very busy calendar for the president in these 4 days that is going to be having sessions and clusters of leadership here in Naivasha to ensure that he is in tandem with the calendar and what is happening actually in the country. Remember, such meeting took effect last time in Nanyuki, and along other issues was to have a calendar, like a manuscript and merging, I would rather say cross-working relationship between ministries, and these are some of the issues that the president wishes to have his notes as compared. You remember sometimes back to the fact that I am well conversant with your ministries much more than most of you do, but nonetheless we agree that they are up to task, and they are going to be placing their scorecard to the president when that time comes tomorrow in the morning. As it is, security has been beefed up along here, and it is all systems go, and as you can see behind me, most of the MPs who have indeed checked in for a recess with the Deputy President are there briefing. Linda, if perhaps you could be having a question, I would be delighted to answer it before I take it back to you in our studios.
All right. Willie Dennis Njeru, of course, the biggest concern then would be how do they attain, whether they are on track to attaining the bottom-up economic transformation agenda as the plan. And of course, we witnessed this being launched sometime in 2022. And of course, as they also look at what played out in 2023, what is the mood like? If you'd listen to the people, the individuals that are there, I know we were talking to you earlier on, and you mentioned that you were pretty much close to the CSS. Do you think that they have this kind of mood that portrays a country that is on the right trajectory?
Absolutely, yes. Now with the onset and what has been happening in our shilling vis-a-vis the dollar, it is something for the government of the day to laud and cherish about, with a strength in the currency. These are the things we are optimistic that the president will be showcasing his remarkable attempts to ensure that the economy is looking upwards. Speaking moments ago to the roads CS, that is Mr. Murkomen, he has actually alluded to the fact that things are looking up. He looked very optimistic of good tidings ahead and better life for our citizens. And it is after what is going to be baked here. And that is what is actually going to give hope to our citizens in the country, you and me included.
Well, we apologize for the technical hitch, but I'm sure Willie will be there to give us more updates, of course, today as well as tomorrow. You can be rest assured that all this will be coming to you on your favorite channel. Now, President William Ruto's government says it fully backs opposition leader Raila Odinga's bid for the top African Union Commission job. Of course, endorsing the former premier for the position, government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura called it a pivotal time for the country, encouraging all politicians to set aside their differences and support Odinga. And as Micah Gungu now reports, Azimio la Umoja coalition says that Odinga will still fight for people's rights regardless of his position as AU chairman.
In what is expected to be a challenge for one of Kenya's most renowned politicians to lead African issues, Azimio la Umoja coalition leader Raila Odinga keeps receiving support for his bid to chair the African Union Commission from various groups, including from the Kenya Kwanza government. The Kenya Kwanza government is now in full support of Odinga's AUC chairmanship, as the former premier sets to bid for the continental top position.
Good to come to...
Speaking here in Nairobi Sunday morning, government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura said the Kenya Kwanza government will support any Kenyan with an interest and qualifications such as those of ODM leader Raila Odinga.
So we as government fully support his candidature as a fellow Kenyan and citizen to advance our foreign policy, which has gained a lot of traction under His Excellency President William Samoei Ruto.
Mwaura characterized the head of the opposition as a strong contender who has earned respect throughout Africa over time.
When it is out there, it is about Kenya. It's not about political persuasions that are only transient because of the competition of the moment.
Tana River County Senator Dunstan Mungatana, who is allied to Kenya Kwanza government, said the head of state has proved to be a statesman for spearheading the nation in campaigning for the opposition party chief, and asked Raila Odinga to return the favors by supporting the president's re-election in 2027.
Sasa tunakuomba wakati ukifika wa 2027 na wewe uregeshe mkono. Huu mwenzio amesimama na wewe mara hizi zote, sasa na wewe uregeshe mkono.
Azimio la Umoja leaders led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka said they have unanimously agreed to back Odinga for the AU position, putting aside political differences.
Na kwa hivyo ndio tukasema jana, na washukuru kina Moses Kuria na wengine wamezungumza, hata huyo Malala wamezungumza, wanasema wao watamuunga baba mkono kwa sababu they are looking at interest ya Kenya na sio interest ya Kenya Kwanza ama ya Azimio. Baba amekuwa mkubwa kushinda mambo haya, tuampigieni makofi.
Hakuna mahali baba ameenda. Kwani ni mara ya kwanza baba kwenda safari? Hata wakimpeleka AU, hata wamtoe AU ampeleke New York, huyo ni kiongozi wetu. Na mimi najua bila shaka ya kwamba Raila Amolo Odinga ameshikilia Kalonzo Musyoka, washikane pamoja kukomboa Kenya yetu.
A section of Azimio leaders in Western Kenya criticized their Kenya Kwanza counterparts for endorsing Odinga's candidature as AU chairperson, claiming that they were under the impression that the opposition would go into hibernation.
Babu, kiti hiki hakitakuwa cha Azimio ama cha Kenya Kwanza. Kiti hiki ni cha Afrika Mashariki. Tangu iundwe.
Wacha mzee aenda apumzike. Sasa vijana tuanze kupambana na nyinyi. Kina Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, Professor Wajakoya.
The AU job vacancy is expected to fall vacant early next year after retirement of Musa Faki of Chad. The new chair will be selected at the next AU summit in 2025. Mike Kagwongo, TV47, Nairobi.
That's our developing story that will linger with us some more, and we'll certainly also be giving you more updates of that. And Azimio la Umoja coalition has vowed to oppose the affordable housing levy on the floor of the National Assembly after its second reading this week. The opposition legislators vowed to put a spirited fight at Parliament to ensure that the bill doesn't proceed to its third reading, even as President William Ruto called upon the Kenya Kwanza MPs to ensure that the passing of the bill is on as of Tuesday next week, as Moige William details.
Political fireworks are expected to set off at the National Assembly as from Tuesday, as legislators embark on debating and voting on the contentious affordable housing levy. The opposition vying to ensure that the bill does not successfully go past the parliament stage, with a spirited effort expected by the Azimio allied legislators.
Sisi tunataka tuwaambie nyinyi viongozi wetu ndani ya Azimio, muungane, musimame pamoja, kwa sababu wacha nikuambie, Kenya mzima watu wanawaangalia na kuwategemea nyinyi. Kweli wa maneno ni kwamba tangu Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya William Samoei Ruto kuchukua hatamu za uongozi, yeye ameharibu kila kitu katika Kenya yetu.
The Azimio team, which has pitched camp at the country's capital, maintained that the majority leader-sponsored affordable housing bill was not mwananchi-oriented, and if passed as is, will turn to be a punitive, exploitative law for the common mwananchi.
Hiyo bill wanataka kuleta ya housing, wajue ikifika kwa bunge, it will be dead on arrival. Tutaangusha mapema. Hiyo pesa na unaokatwa inasainiwa na nani? Hatujui signatories nani. Tafadhali tuache kunyanyasa wananchi. Wananchi wamechoka, Wakenya wamechoka.
Earlier, while touring Nyeri County, President William Ruto implored Kenya Kwanza MPs to hasten the passage of the Affordable Housing Bill 2023, adding that the bill should not face any hurdles as it will help thousands of youths get jobs in the housing project, with Azimio MPs being urged to vote against it.
Viongozi wa Kenya Kwisha wamekutana na Naivasha leo kuunda jama vile wataongeza kodi ikifika Tuesday next week.
Mimi naomba tu kitu kimoja. If you must vote on that unfortunate thing, vote against it. That is our party position kama Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya.
Regarding Raila Odinga's African Union Commission's chairman quest, led by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, the Azimio Brigade vowed to intensify its oversight role if Odinga clinches the continental position. Mwigi William, TV47.
Now, more than 16 families in West Pokot County have been left homeless after unknown people invaded their homes and torched them. This is, of course, in connection to a 48-year-old land tussle that continues to raise tension in the area as residents keep fleeing the area. The locals say that arson attack was carried out by hired goons sent to destroy property and evict people who claim that they have rightfully owned the land for decades. The story was produced by our very own West Pokot County correspondent, Andrew Juma. A 48-year-old land tussle at Tambalal Village, Kamatira area, Kipkomo Sub-County in West Pokot County has escalated after several houses were torched, vandalized and property worth millions destroyed. Tension is high as residents fled the area after the arson attack, with locals saying it was as a result of hired goons sent to destroy property and evict people who claim they have rightfully owned the land for decades.
Tulikuwa tunalala. Nikasikia mlango ikigongwa, alafu watu karibu zaidi ya 50 wakaingia nyumba. Alafu wakatuambia tutoke mahali hapa si kwenu. Tulitoka nje hivi, mwingine akasema oya weka nari choma, weka moto. Alafu nikaona nyumba yetu ikianza na dirisha ikichomeka, alafu nyumba ingine ya nyasi imechomeka. Tukatoroka tukakimbia tukaenda kusimamia karibu na msituni.
The long-standing land dispute pitting two factions over 100 acres of ancestral land has left scores of residents sleeping in the cold after being ambushed by unknown people.
Afana wetu Kachapin, huko wapi? Tulikupikia kura na wewe ni mtoto ya nyumbani. Mchumbe wetu Pokot South ako wapi kwa sasa? Tumeumia ya kutosha.
Sasa sisi ameshangaa kabisa. Hata mimi akajimbia mpaka mimi naanguka kwa bridge.
Residents claim that there was no court order to evict them despite the ongoing land dispute case. According to locals, 5 people are in jail over the land tussle.
Sasa kesi iko kotini. Tukashangaa sasa. Hii sasa maneno imetoka wapi? Na maneno ya sheria inatoka kotini. Kama wangetupea eviction ya siku kenye wamesema, mbona hatukusikia? Tuko shaka sana, hatujui cha kusema.
Kipkomo Sub-County Police Commandant Adano Abukula said the 13 families who had gone to court were defeated in the case and were to be evicted. Now, in order to effectively combat cases of corruption within devolved units, county governments have been urged to ensure that individuals who are employed in the capacity of accountants are fully qualified and certified by the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya, ISPAC. Speaking in Vihiga County during the accountants retreat attended by professionals from the Western region, ISPAC's council member FCPA Hezbon Omolo has stated the body shall only take disciplinary action against certified members who may be found to be in the breach of their code of conduct, further cautioning counties that hiring non-certified accountants lowers levels of accountability of public resources.
Kama taasisi, mara nyingi tunahimiza kaunti zote katika zile sehemu muhimu za uwajibikaji, tafadhali hakikisha ya kwamba umeajiri wale wahasibu ambao wakiwa ndio wafisadi tunaweza wachukulia hatua. Pasi na hayo, sisi kama taasisi tumeweka mikakati ya kupambana na whistleblowing. Tuko na ile policy ambayo inashughulikia mambo hayo, na tuko na mikakati ya kufanya kazi pamoja na ile EACC kuhakikisha ya kwamba jambo la ufisadi ama ripoti yote ya ufisadi ikifika kwao tunasaidiana nao, na tumeweka ile mikataba tunaita MOU now.
The fact that we are uniting here, or we are coordinating, or we are converging here, it's a message to the public that professionalism is needed when you are carrying out our roles, and where we have the issues of ethical conduct, our seniors and officials have confirmed that there is an element and procedure that can be used or applied dealing with the quack or rogue accountants.
Elsewhere, fish traders in Busia, led by the chairperson Francis Akech, have vowed to remain defiant to the Department of Trade's plan to carry out elections. Speaking to the press, Akech and a section of fish traders aligned to his faction poked holes into the Department of Trade, saying as the root cause of predicaments bedeviling traders at the market. They pointed out that the Department of Trade, where the fish market belongs, lack a defined vision and an advisory mechanism to streamline the booming fish trade in Busia. Akech added that the chaos that erupted at the market early this week, damaging personal property that housed dry fish and Congolese women traders, made them lose their valuables, including more than about 250,000 Kenyan shillings to goons, and of course was a defiance message to the Department of Trade, imposing delegates a system of election against their will, pointing an accusing finger at the CEC Trade, Fidelis Ole Kachuna. Akech, however, pleaded with Busia Governor Dr. Paul Otuoma to intervene and salvage the dwindling state of fish trade in the border county of Busia.
Sisi katika soko ya samaki tumewahi kufanya election. Hii sio mara ya kwanza kufanya election. Tumefanya election mara nyingi kutoka 1986 na hatujakuwa na shida kama hii.
Na tangu tuingie ndani ya hiyo soko tumekuwa tukifanya uchaguzi, na uchaguzi tulikuwa tunafanya na amani bila shida yoyote, kwa sababu tulikuwa tunajua sisi ni watu wazima. Tukifanya kitu tunafanya kitu yenye mtu yote anaridhika.
Soko ilirudishwa kwa trade, ambapo sio mbaya kurudishwa soko kwa trade. Hatuna shida na trade, hatukuwa na shida na trade. Lakini trade wametuletea mambo zingine zenye hazieleweki. Walisema delegates, tutachagua na delegates. Sasa mambo ya delegates ikakuwa balaa. Delegates ikachaguliwa tu upande moja. Eti ndio watafanya nini? Ndio watapiga kura. Sisi tukilalamika wanatuona kama watu wabaya. Kwamba minister wa trade, waziri wa trade kama mtu mzuri. Wacha kuleta shida katika town hii. Shida za hii town ya samaki wewe ndio unaleta waziri. Mbona wakati tulikuwa kwa officers, mbona hizi vitu hazikuwa? Mbona hizi mvuruga hazikuwa? Mbona ni wewe ndio unaleta hizi vitu? So tunaomba bwana governor, mambo ya trade, bwana governor, angalia kwa makini. Mulika waziri wa trade na kuomba umulika waziri wa trade awache kuharibu kaunti yetu ya Busia.
And in a heartwarming turn of events, teenage girls facing the challenges of early motherhood in Bungoma County are now finding opportunities for a brighter future. The young mothers are not only continuing their education, but are also receiving technical training, all while their children are provided for and cared for within the school premises. Our correspondent Wanji Sustin delved into the story of the young mothers bettering their lives.
Esther's journey reflects the struggles of many young girls in similar situations, but here at the Vocational Training Center, she has found not only education, but also a supportive environment for her and her twins. Esther herself recounts the hardships she faced after her pregnancy, including being cast out by her family.
Nilivurugana na wazazi wakanitoa kwa boma. Nilikuwa naishi kwa aunt. Sijakuwa hivyo rahisi, kukuja kwangu hapa haikuwa rahisi, but at least saa inaweza sema ni rahisi juu saa najua kushona.
However, her enrollment in the Vocational Training Center has reignited her aspirations for a better future.
Pia haijakuwa rahisi juu unavurutana na walimu, maybe pampers, inafaa kila siku ukuwe na pampers, uvalishe mtoto asijiende haja, asijikojole. Sasa unakuta kuna ile mvurutano na walimu.
The Najijali project, spearheaded by the Rotary Club Bungoma Magharibi and chaired by Peter Smiyu, has been instrumental in providing opportunities for these teenage mothers, with 50 mothers already benefiting from the initiative. The project aims to uplift both the mothers and their children from poverty and abandonment.
Kulingana na mpangilio wa huu mradi ni kwamba watoto wakishahitimu wamalize mtihani, tunawapatia hizo machine, wanaenda nazo nyumbani, wanaenda kuanza kufanya biashara.
However, Godfrey Wamalwa of the Rotary Club Bungoma Magharibi emphasizes the importance of community involvement in nurturing children and putting an end to violence against them.
Don't be tempted again. People are taking that advantage. Wanasema tu, msichana akipata mimba, siku na Rotary iko pale tasaidia, nitatupatia vitu. Ni ukweli? No, we are not after that.
Frida Wabwile, the school principal, echoes this sentiment, emphasizing the need for a collective effort in safeguarding the welfare of children.
Tuliwaonyesha kutengeneza sabuni, liquid soap, na anajua kutengeneza. So, as Chole Vocational Training Center, I'm just taking an example of Esther, na nimempea tender for next time atengeneza sabuni, akituletea.
In response to these initiatives, Nicholas Kiboi, the Bungoma County Chief Officer in the Department of Education and Vocation, pledged his support to ensure that children pursuing technical courses receive the necessary assistance to build a promising future.
They may not be having what? Once they have that money, they will buy other things. They'll get where to go and do the works from, isn't it? I am sure if we collaborate between the center, my department, and the Department of Trade, these fellows